A pleasant morning to all my family members. I call every one of you family because you are a part of my life in one way or the other. Now I have the televiewers, my teammates, and my crew as a whole. A big shout out to all the technicians who always put in their best to see that these images are brought to you live. And then a bigger one to you who will never miss the program for anything in the world. God bless you and stay tuned, for there's so much to learn right here with us in the house on My Media Prime. And like I'll always tell you, it's never a one-man show, but ladies are here that will help me thrill you through the program. Meanwhile, there's always a topic on our screens to educate and entertain you. Yes, education and entertainment. At times, education is so difficult because it lacks fun in it. But when you mix a little fun in it, it just makes it easy and better understood. And just to let you know that all our slots will be present today. Yes, we have gossip, we have market bag, we have lifestyle, and cooking. Yes, those are the slots we have. And like I said, most importantly, we have a topic. And then guess who just bashed in on us today? Whoever missed her is already getting it right. But whatever the case, let's look how those ladies are looking this morning. Tordrin, what's the secret behind that powerful look today?
Empowering the girl child, empowering ladies, women. Absolutely, there's no secret, it's just God. Na baba.
Somebody once said the term of empowering a woman is something that has taken over society in a way that women want to feel like they are equal to men. So what's your take on that?
I don't want to feel like I'm equal to a man. I just want to have a place. I just want women to be recognized, and I want men to lessen it, to tone it down a little on how they judge women wrongly. All right, we refer to a woman who sells sex as a prostitute. How do you call a man who flirts or sleeps around a lot? A multitude? Or what? So do people insult that man the same way they insult a prostitute? No, but there are so many out there who do things. So I want society to start looking at a woman differently, because...
But you know, they will tell you that it's because a man is a man.
A woman is a
woman. And that's how nature has made it to be.
A woman is a woman. As a man being a head, you're supposed to give us examples. We're supposed to follow from you.
Feministic this morning, but whatever the case.
Good morning to you, Solange, and good morning to other viewers of My Media Prime. Good morning to the men. I'm not trying to put you aside. I'm just talking about things that I've been thinking about. Good morning to you. All those are watching from the bushes, from out of Cameroon, from places where you're just snitching or just stealing time to watch the program. Stay tuned. It's 2 hours of full fun and entertainment.
Certainly, it's going to be fun and entertaining. And talking of those who are in the bushes, I just remember some comments I've been reading on Facebook about the sentence of Sisiko Ayog, and everybody's so scared of what is going to happen next. And I really feel bad, because you see that these people are helpless. They don't know what's going to happen next. Now they're talking of a 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months shutdown. How are these people going to survive? So thank you very much for having them in mind and sending out special shout outs to them. Then guess what? The devil is a liar. He has tried again and he has failed. Yes, Claudine is back on her feet and she's right here in the house with us. Good morning, dear.
Good morning, Suri.
I've missed you like crazy.
Oh, don't tell me that, because I missed the whole fun in this house. I missed you. I miss my daughter, Marianne. Please, I like that name, Marianne. I like the English version of it. Yeah, because Mary represents the mother of Christ, and Anne represents grace, and grace subsequently means favor. So your name is highly blessed.
Ooh.
Oh, Blanchie, Peli,
no.
Pedrini.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you cute this morning.
Thank you very much.
I missed you guys too, and I missed our televiewers. Good morning to you, and you're welcome to another program in the house. I don't know whatever it is that you're going through. Are you going through sickness like I was? Are you going through challenges? But there is something I want to tell you. Children of God don't have problems. What they have are challenges. problems, something becomes a problem, or a situation becomes a problem when it is out of control. But when it is a challenge, it means you can handle it. So whatever challenge you might be going through in your life, whatever it is that is creating that fear in you and makes you to feel like you cannot make it, you are not up to it, you cannot take it, you cannot survive it, please, I have one word for you. Psalms 46 verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. God is still God over your life and over that situation. Just hold on to him. He's in control.
Amen. Mommy Pastor is back.
Amen.
Gosh,
Amen.
I miss these words. And there are days that when I don't pray in the morning and I get here and Claudine gets into this mood, I just feel like,
guilty.
okay, I have finally done it. Anyway, thank
Hallelujah.
you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, my
Your
dear.
presence is a blessing to everybody that's
We are all
around you.
blessings to one another. That's one thing we fail to know, because we are all blessings to one another. You are a blessing to me, I'm a blessing to you, and somehow the blessings keeps, the chain keeps going.
Some people are so jealous that they don't want to accept the fact that people around them are a blessing. So I'm just being honest with you that you are a blessing.
Thank you for your
to
honesty.
me. And then finally we have the ebony girl in the house. Gosh, this girl has a way of melting my heart. Whatever the case, do not concentrate on her black today. Concentrate on her lips. Good morning, sweetie.
Bonjour Solange, comment tu vas?
I'm good.
Super. Ah, j'ai pas envie de dire que tu es jolie, je te le dis tout le temps. Finalement, ça peut être ennuyeux. Mamie, thanks for coming here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Tu es ma seule personne dans la maison. I've been telling these people.
Please tell me, what did they do to you?
I was telling them that Mary is the mother of Christ.
Yeah.
And I am Mary.
Yeah, you know, there's one thing about your name, Mary. Mary, the true meaning of Mary is bitterness. But the irony of it is that Mary, the mother of Christ, was a woman of virtue. I mean, she's the type of woman, every woman, according to the creation, God's purpose for creating a woman, should be.
Yeah. Tell them. Thank you.
Are
Tell
you
them
that?
about Anne.
It's terrible.
What?
Are you serious? All right. So this is in the house and this is not an Anne-Marie show. So can we just carry on?
Oh, I'm sorry. On peut continuer. Bonjour à la maison. Bon, la fille se disait au matin qu'il faut que vendredi arrive vite. Et je lui disais que demain c'est vendredi. Ouais, c'est vrai qu'on a hâte d'être au week-end. Mais pour aujourd'hui, nous sommes encore jeudi. Et pour ce, nous sommes très contents de vous retrouver ce matin pour une nouvelle édition de In the House tous les jours. 11h, 13h. J'espère qu'on va s'amuser aujourd'hui comme d'habitude. Donc, restez connectés.
Stay connected to my media prime. Now these are the ladies that will be helping me trail you during through the first part of the program. And like I earlier said, today we have quite an interesting topic that we want to share with you. Do well to let us know what you think about the topic, as well as open your ears to learn a whole lot from these girls, because trust me, there is so much that they have prepared to come share with you today, which is one of the reasons why we decided to ask this question. Who has noticed this is becoming common in society? It used to be very difficult, but people just find it very easy these days to say sorry.
You have to. That's because of sensitization. People have found the need to actually say sorry for peace sake. They've discovered that sorry sometimes is the only way out. Yeah, and that's the only way we can only keep moving till whenever the world wants to.
I remember growing up, my mom would tell me that sorry is just a 5-letter word, but for you to say it, oh my God, it's like somebody is putting a knife in your
nowadays,
head.
most of
or
the
a
sorries
gun.
that come are not even genuine.
Are not
so
sincere.
yeah, they're not sincere. It just comes. Back then, they knew the value, the worth of sorry. They knew that if I had to say sorry to you, I should mean it. So until you mean it, you will not utter it. But now, whether you mean or you don't mean more, sorry for nothing. Sorry. So our sorry now, it's not even genuine.
Our sorry now is not genuine,
Yeah.
and somehow the topic we are going to have today, it has a two-side to the story, because there will be sincere sorries and there will be other sorries that will not be sincere. And that is why we decided to ask the question, should divorced couples get back together after several years of separation? People that have been married and then they're separated, probably because of one reason or the other, and then they go their separate years. After years, they decide to come back together. Do you think it's the best thing for them to do? Do you think it's appropriate after everything they have been through and accepted that, okay, this is my fate? That is what we're trying to look into today. So do well to let us know what you think. So let's quickly begin with you, Pedrin, as always. Divorce.
I'll just term it as legal separation between a couple, between a husband and a wife. That's all I can place to it. At least thank God we have Claudine today in the house. She should know more about that. Legal separation.
Thank you very much.
Don't tell me you trained that back on me.
Yeah, of course. Why should I not? You're more versed with this thing.
All right, Chloe, would you help?
Well, legally divorce means two married couples coming to an end of their relationship of their marriage. So, but in our African context, we can look at divorce as a form of separation of a relationship. That's two people, a man and a woman having a relationship, and then decide maybe they've been together. You know, in the African context, you must not necessarily take your wife to the court to sign a paper and then later go back to that court if at all you don't want it, to go and tear the paper, as we call it, to go and tear the paper. But the divorce can also be in a context where the couples were not legally married. It can be a separation of the two parties. Yes, who decide to look at, like, this relationship is not working. Any man go your own side. Let's go and see how life will tie us.
Anyway, Anne-Marie, let's quickly hear from you so our French brothers and sisters can follow in what we are saying. So what is divorce in French?
Pour moi, le divorce, c'est une séparation de corps, tout simplement. Dans un mariage légal, le divorce peut être le fait d'aller devant le juge et dire, OK, c'est fini, on déchire l'acte, mais bon. Dans notre contexte actuel, c'est pas très courant de voir des personnes. Généralement, quand nous disons nous sommes mariés, c'est parce que nous vivons avec un même homme dans la maison. Donc, dans ce cas, le divorce sera plus une séparation de corps que la présence devant le juge.
Well, I would like to correct that. When you talk of separation of separation, the cause separation of bodies, you know, we can still live in the same house, and we look at that. Okay, maybe sexually we no longer flow, right? We decide to separate. We sleep in two different rooms. That's what the French people tell me. It's séparation de corps. So, but at the same time, we are still married. We have not divorced, right? I am still living under the same roof with you. You're still living under the same roof with me.
On parle de séparation dans le cadre où on décide de mettre fin un thème à notre
Oui, je te comprends bien. C'est pour ça que je veux que enlève ce mot séparation de corps, parce qu'on peut être séparé de corps, mais on vit sur le même toit et on n'est pas divorcé.
C'est vrai, c'est pas faux ça aussi. Merci, Claudine.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, thank you for that clarification. There's so much to look into when it concerns today's topic, but it's that time that we get to entertain ourselves and tell you that please remind somebody to join the conversation in the house. And how can we do that if not by giving a musical piece so you don't get to miss any part of the program? Now, somebody will say, no, I don't want to go because I'll miss something. No, you can be listening to your music and moving to your neighbor's house to say, okay, can you switch the channel to my media prime? So this morning we decided to go for a musical piece done for us by mixed artists, and they're singing for us Malaria No More. So no to malaria this morning. face, the next I'm seeing this face, the next I'm seeing this face. And before I knew it, I fell in love with the song from start to end. Let's join this artist to say no to malaria. Now, most people have the impression that HIV kills. I'm sorry to disappoint. AIDS does not kill today as much as malaria does. So if you do not care tough with your surrounding, then you're going to fall sick, or you're going to be victim to malaria day in, day out. Endeavor to be a part of this team so you fight against malaria. What do you think, Belgian?
It's a nice piece. I only got to hear it 2000 and how many? I don't forget the year. Yeah, when sensitization against malaria was at its peak, people noticed that the world, or the Africa, recorded high rates of death caused by malaria. So the sensitization against malaria was tops up. So we had this piece, we had so many other performances to preach to people, to tell people to fight against malaria. But since we've been doing that till now, we still find dirty surroundings, we still find people making friends with mosquitoes and all the likes. So I would say making friends because they know what to do to send it away, but then they don't want to, because mosquito, we just think that it's something that we can deal with. Yeah, it's not something that would come physically and attack us and fight with us. So because it's something that we can kill and then catch and then still stay with, we are comfortable with it. Just wait until it gets to the worst. That's when you know that you have to keep your environment clean.
Oh, yeah.
So, Madam, yesterday, today, which day is World Malaria Day? The days are too many.
I'm telling you seriously.
All right, I think you're certainly going to bring that to us when the day is approaching. So
the day has passed already.
It doesn't mean it will not come
again.
Oh,
it will come again next year.
All right, let me stay with you. I just want to ask you this. Today we are looking at if divorced persons should get back together after several years of separation. Yeah. But before we get to that, I'll first of all like us to look at the things that will provoke divorce. So what are some of the causes of divorce according to you?
Okay, like we had a topic here the other day, and I was saying that if you get into a relationship for the wrong reason, you obviously have to get out of that relationship. You have to get into marriage or relationships for the right reason. That will sustain the marriage. That will keep the marriage going. That will make the two of you know that what I am into is important, is sacred. I have so many investments in it. But if you got into it for a wrong reason, obviously you have wrong problems for no reasons, and then it will eventually lead to divorce. That is one cause. People getting married for the wrong reason. You get married for financial reason, and once the finance is not there, marriage don't end. You get married for beauty. Once years pass away and then the beauty fades, you don't fancy your partner anymore. You get married because of some influence from peers, and once those peers are not there to appreciate your man, to tell you that this is your man, you start seeing that man as, wait, you even push me for this man. So when you get married for those kind of reasons, you're bound to fall out of love with that partner eventually. And then one other thing again is we don't know that marriage is something that has to do a lot with compromising other things. We still think that we are living our separate lives. Yes, in marriage we live our separate lives. We are still humans, but then you have to take into consideration the feelings, the emotions, and every other thing of your partner. It is not so, it's like getting into partnership with somebody. Before doing anything, you have to seek the consent of your partner. But then some still think that I am the man. Now me, I marry you. I am the woman. You come for me, I say yes. It doesn't work that way with marriage. So if you fail to get a consent or to be in accord with your partner, then at some point you're failing. Communication is lacking. Understanding is not even there. Then why are you continuing? Marriage is supposed to be something that will bring peace, that will bring a conducive atmosphere and happiness. Once those things are already lacking, then there is no need for you to be together. You guys are just creating problems for no reason. Yeah, and then we have influence of family members. Now we know that one in Africa it's evident, it's visible, it's everywhere. Yes. So once 2 or 3 or 4 family members have a problem with your partner,
they start making you see reasons why to let go your partner.
That is it. They start making you see flaws. Even if you already know the flaws, they'll make you notice other little things, other minute things that you just wanted to let go about the partner. So there are so many reasons why people would want to divorce with their partners. It depends on the individuals and their reasons. People get married because they need a child. If your partner cannot give you a child, then they think that it is right for them to leave the partner and go seek it somewhere else.
There's so many reasons to why people get in and out of marriage, but most importantly, like Peodrin said, marriage is a partnership and not an ownership. You do not own your partner, but you are in it together, and it takes two to tangle. So I want to say it takes two persons to quarrel. If Claudine attacks me and I don't attack back, then there won't be a quarrel. So I just want to precise again on the fact that marriage is a partnership. Let's have that at the back and front of our mind, so it gives us reasons to stay married to our partners. Do you have something to add to the reasons why people get in and out of marriage?
Well, Pedrin has enumerated a lot already, and which, if the base, the foundation of marriage is not genuine, that marriage is bound, even if it's in 20, 40 years to come, is bound to collapse, right? And most often, the reasons can be genuine. We fall in love. Sometimes we feel attracted somehow by a person. We feel we are in love, right? And most often, we confuse the love with infatuation. Sometimes you just lust over somebody. You feel like you love the person, but deep in you, you cannot describe it. You feel like, okay, maybe Pedrin is a beautiful girl. I like her complexion, I like the way she dressed and all that. The moment that the foundation is not genuine, and even if you feel like you believe you are going in for a genuine reason, whereas you and the person in question, you don't have the same focal point, you don't look at the same direction, you don't have the same perspective about life, you don't have the same vision, you don't have the same goal. Trust me, somehow you will always be disagreeing, because the man, for example, might be an ambitious person, who wants to achieve, has a lot of vision set and wants to target it. And if he gets married to an unambitious wife or woman, or a lazy woman, or a nagging woman, who will not want to encourage him in his vision, who will not buy his ideas, who will not support him,
support of his drive.
You know, please, every day when that man goes out to hustle, she will find every reason to complain. You marry me, put up for your husband, and I can't decorate your house, this and that, you know. Because why? Because she does not buy the man's vision. She does not walk in the same direction with the man. So it will always fall out. Same thing with men. There are some men out there that are just there. You know, they break, he don't break. They dark, he don't dark. Once he knows that he can go out and hustle, have his 1,000, 10,000, that's good for him. But there are so many ambitious women out there. Women that want to build a successful career. Women that want to be, you know, want to be empowered, want to empower others, you know. And if they get married to this type of men that are no goal visioned men, there will always be problems. So for you to, for a marriage to last, for a marriage to really go together, both of you must have the same focal point. Both of you must have the same drive. Even if it's not 100%, it should be the type of person, it should be the type of couple that support each other. You know, marriage is meant to be complemented. Positive and positive can never work. You need a positive mindset and a negative mindset. Now, when I talk of a positive mindset and a negative mindset, not like you are a bad person, right? But you have, because all of us have, came from this different background. We have a different culture. We have the different ways we are brought up. We have different mentalities and different ways of looking at life and how to handle situations. But now, when you with a different background, two opposite backgrounds come together, they are bound to complement. They are bound to understand. They are bound to know. I can take your difference and make a better person out of it. You know, you take that difference, that thing that does not work, that you feel like does not work. You don't automatically need to change a person. You are not God. Who are you to change that person? You just try to modify. But the moment you want that person to be the way, in fact, as your dream, you keep living in your dream.
You keep living in your dream. Do well to work hand in hand with your partner. So I'm married. Do you have something to add to that?
Oui, c'est vrai que je me sens déjà un peu bête parce que les filles ont cité pratiquement toutes les choses qu'il fallait dire à propos de ce sujet. Mais je pense quand même qu'elles ont oublié le manque de communication aussi. Dans une relation, dans un mariage, s'il y a manque de communication, je pense qu'on va tout droit vers le gouffre parce qu'on peut avoir les mêmes idées et on n'a pas les mêmes façons d'exprimer nos idées. Du coup, on se retrouve en train de se cogner les têtes tout le temps. Pourtant, on a les mêmes buts, mais on n'arrive pas à communiquer. Et étant donné qu'on a différentes manières de communiquer nos émotions et qu'on ne les met pas forcément ensemble pour essayer de voir comment est-ce que gérer la situation, on peut se retrouver en train de divorcer. Il y a aussi l'infidélité. C'est vrai qu'on ne quitte pas son partenaire parce qu'il y a eu infidélité, mais il y a le genre d'infidélité qui est carrément difficile à gérer, de sorte que vous vous retrouvez dans une relation où l'infidélité, on vous braque ça directement sur votre visage, votre mari ou votre femme vient devant vous, dans vos yeux, vous présentez, oui, je suis infidèle, voilà la situation.
Even the Bible accepts divorce in that case.
Voilà.
No,
voilà. Et
no,
je pense que c'est même la seule raison que
I would disagree with you on that. The Bible will never support divorce on that. There is nowhere in the Bible where divorce is being encouraged, right?
Divorce
but now,
is approved in the Bible.
Yes,
In
dans le cas où il y a eu
unfaithfulness.
Oui.
It is.
Oui.
you say, give me a cite them.
We don't cite it.
Cite, no, you are the one backing it. You cite it, right? Now, let me tell you, there's one thing. The one thing I will encourage. If your man cheats on you, and you get divorced, that woman, you're a fool. Sorry pardon me for using this word, right? Men are naturally cheaters. Unfortunately, no. Wait, let me tell you something.
No, I don't want to
unfortunately, that's a situation, right? Unfortunately, that's a situation. But now, if your man cheats, right, find out the reason why he cheated. Maybe you are the cause. Maybe you did something or you did not do something.
In case
find out. No. I would rather encourage divorce when it comes to a case of battering. When your man beats you to a point of death, to a point that you feel like when you become his punching bag.
Donc si ton mari te manque de respect, il vient avec les femmes devant toi, il vient les coucher dans ton lit.
That's autre chose.
On est en train de parler de cheating. On est en train de parler d'adultère.
Attendez. Je pense pas qu'un homme sensible.
Les hommes le font.
Non. Si un homme te fait ça, c'est que je dis que si un homme te fait ça, si tu te maries aujourd'hui et que ton homme te fait ça, maman, pose-toi la question à savoir, dès le départ, est-ce qu'il t'a bien aimé?
On ne peut pas être dans le cœur.
If you start, look at there's something we miss. If you start a relationship,
there are women too that will bring men and sleep with in front of their husbands.
If you start a relationship in the wrong foundation, wrong foundation can also mean that maybe you are going out with a man or a woman, and there's this attitude about him or her, and from that moment you start tolerating it. Please be assured that the moment you say yes I do, you will tolerate it to the last day of your life. But if you at the beginning of that relationship, when you know you are working on something serious, it is the moment for you guys to set some certain rules to yourself.
Claudine, would you agree with me or any other person that's of that opinion that there are some people that pretend until they get into marriage before you see their real characters?
J'ai l'impression que tu es une femme, mais tu es toujours en train de prendre la cause des hommes.
Je parle pas la cause des hommes. I will never take the side of a man, right? I will just say, look,
les hommes sont des hypocrites.
Ainsi que des femmes.
Oui, les hommes sont hypocrites. Mais les hommes sont très hypocrites.
Mais ainsi que des femmes.
On peut être dans
il y a des femmes qui sont pires que des hommes.
Claudine and Anne-Marie, thank you too very much. Like I always say, we all are entitled to our opinions because different people out there will support the different opinions we have. But that's not all that it takes, or that's not all that will provoke people to get into divorce. Claudine, do you want to add something, or we should carry on?
Well, we have already seen that chapter in the Bible that says that. I would like to rub it The face of clothing.
Please give me. I would like to learn. We learn every
We're
day.
certainly going to get back to that.
We learn every day, dear.
We're certainly going to get back to that. So let's get to look at the question the way it is. Imagine you are married, and then out of because of this reason or that reason, you guys decide to go your separate ways. And years after, your ex comes back to you and says, Pedro, I'm sorry. I thought I could find better out there, but I just realized there's no better. You're the most better person I've seen in my life. Would you go on and just accept him and move on with him like nothing happened?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
You know, sometimes in our relationships, we have to give time some time. We have to let our partners go and experience other things, then come back and appreciate you.
A break.
Yeah, we have to give ourselves a break. So you go and experience some things, then you sit back and say, oh my God, I wish I would have my boy now. So where you have to let them go and see things. Let them appreciate the time, the efforts you were putting into that relationship. Because sometimes our partners take us for granted. When you continuously be with them, when you live with them, when you build part of your life with them, they think that they owe you nothing. They owe you no form of appreciation. They think that you are obliged to do that. Some will even say, hey, but I work no. Why be my woman?
Complimenting
Why
you.
be my girlfriend? Why be my this? Sometimes they think that if you don't do those things, maybe something will happen to you or what. So when you discover that your relationship is so one-sided and it's not going the way that you would want your relationship to go, it's okay for you guys to have a break, a very long break. If you think you go your own way, he goes his own way.
A break or a divorce, because in this case we are looking at a divorce where family, friends, and probably the whole society is on
That
the
means
know.
we'll be talking about people who are married.
Yes.
Okay, if we're talking about people who are married, it's still okay. Or we're talking about time, it's okay to give time. Let's give time some time. The way I look at divorce, I look at it as a way where you want to reboot the system. You want to clean it up and then start back anew. As in, you come into the house as a new person, you introduce yourself to your husband as, hello, I am Blanche. Your husband introduces, yes, you're forgetting all the negative memories and starting a new life. Taking into consideration that this man does not like this. It's because of this that the first one failed. I'm going to do this to this second marriage. You forget all the negativities of the first experience and move on with the good ones. You reboot. When you power off, you will start. So
what about the reality of forgiving and not forgetting? Would you forget all those hurtful moments?
You know why we decide we do not forget, but then some of us have that attitude of always bringing it up. Try to just bury it down. You will see that even if you bring it up, it will not be of much of it will not influence you anymore again. Because some of us have the attitude that we bring it up and then it means so much to us. That means you've not even forgiven. But if you forgive and you try to bury it down, you laugh about it, you discuss constantly about it, it will not even be a problem again. If your partner catches you cheating and then he or she begs for forgiveness, you forgive that person, you completely forgive the person. Forgetting is not easy, quite all right, but you discuss about it. You don't give it a great deal. Like it or not, in the long run, that partner will see it as something that was normal. That your boyfriend, you would discuss about it, but some of us have decided to rekindle it every time we have a problem. You go and remove it back, and then you say, I will forgive you, but I not be forget. No, you do not forgive. Because if you forgive that person, then forgetting is not much of a big deal. Yes, you will not forget, but bringing it up all the time with so much influence, it's nothing. To those who always bring things up, I just tell them that you don't even forgive the person. Yes.
Sincere forgiveness will certainly suppress your ability to forget. So, Chloe, what do you think? Should divorced couples get back together after a long time of separation?
Time is a matter of, I can call it space.
Yeah.
Time is just an element. Time, it doesn't matter. Even if you've been separated for 20, 10, 15, 5, 1, 2 months, 1 week, all this time, right? So it all depends on two of you.
Yeah.
The reason doesn't really matter because there is no crime that is too big to be forgiven. I know somebody will ask me, what if he's the one who killed my mommy, my mother? Or is the one look, there are some certain things that
who rapes and kills his child, like we've been having.
Yeah, there are some certain things that you have you noticed that little things that they do to you even hurt you more than they
sure.
You know. So as Blanche said earlier, we all have to forgive somehow. Each and every one created under the image of God has that potential, that soft spot in us that is capable to forgive. But now, forgiving, receiving, and forgetting, this is where the conflict lies. To come back together is one thing. To bury entirely the past is another thing. Yeah. It is very much okay for me. In fact, I will come back to you if you come to me. I will embrace you and swallow you. But now, the question most we all first find it difficult is that thing that he did or that thing that she did. Can I be able to forget it? When I sleep on the same bed with her, making love to her, will I be able to look at her face without remembering or recalling those fights, all those incidents, all those things that happen? Now, if you are capable of doing that, bravo to you. That's good. But if you cannot do it, don't dare. Because if you dare, what will start nursing in your heart is revenge, hate. And trust me, it will be worse than you having been separated. So if you can manage it, for me, it's very, very okay. Because managing our past, most often, just as Pedro said, most often when you just pick me small again,
that's it. We do.
I just start recalling you. That's the worst thing, That's the worst. In fact, that's the worst thing that can even kill this relationship forever. If you are not able to bury your past, even if you're still living together, this should not only be focused on people that are separated. If you're living together with somebody, you're married to that person, or you have in a relationship, please, what he did to you yesterday, or she did to you yesterday, and she asked for forgiveness, be able to bury it. If you say you forgive, be able to bury. Because as long as the relationship continues, and you keep bringing up that thing, it kills the relationship for good. And it can even lead to homicide. Please. Most often we find situations where we hear news. She killed her boyfriend. Oh, he killed her girlfriend. Oh, he killed the child. These are things that we nurse. Bitterness that we nurse inside of us, and we don't know how to hurt that person back. So we feel like the only thing that we can do is either we kill the person, or we kill something that's a person, that's somebody that's close to that person. That would be so painful than even taking the life of that person. So we should be, for me it's okay, but managing the past should be a priority.
That's a very good point, I must say, because it's quite easy for somebody to say, yes, it's okay, let's pick up the pieces of our lives and move on. But are you capable of managing whatever is going to come? And like Peldrin said, have you truly put it behind you? Because if you haven't, then you're just heading for a disaster that might be quite difficult for you to get rid of. Having said that, before we get to Anne-Marie, I would like us to walk around the neighborhoods with Peldrin and know what has been happening. Who has been doing what that he or she was not supposed to do? It's time for gossip.
Anne-Marie, why were you looking at me?
I should not look at you.
Okay.
That's my eye.
Hey! See what I talk about being guilty. When I talk about being guilty, this is a defense mechanism. She's being defensive for nothing.
What just happened?
See me trouble.
Anne-Marie, please go first. Anne-Marie, go first.
See, she's always sitting beside me, telling me that black hair. Put light on me.
So what did you hear about men with long fingers? I heard Solange and Tini saying,
no, I didn't talk about long fingers. Excuse me. Excuse me, girls, that's not what happened. Stop putting words where there were no words. Somebody said to me he was short, and I said even if he's short, he's not short all around. And he said he has long fingers, so don't interpret it
And
any
what's the
other way.
meaning of that?
He
What's
has
the meaning of
long
long
fingers. He
fingers?
doesn't have short fingers. That's
And then he
what
asked
it
me
means.
that what
That he doesn't have short
long
fingers.
That's why I'm asking you.
No, I don't know about that.
So you started. You said he's
No.
not short all round. I mean,
Because
men who
I
have
could
long
see his fingers
at
were
all.
long.
Men who are,
So you could see his fingers were
Yes,
long.
his fingers are long.
men who have long
That's the
fingers.
truth. His fingers are long, and he showed you girls here.
The question was, what do you know about men with long fingers? That's
I
what
don't
you
know
asked
anything
before you
about
left.
that.
Are you
And
smart? Are you sad?
Jefferson cousins now.
Ah.
What?
I think
Cousins.
so. Ce sont les cousins de Niger.
Oh, I beg. Make I start gossip. Hi. Oi,
God.
Let me
gossip.
It's a striker. This young man has been sponsoring the academics of a girl from high school till graduation. She went to the same institution as the sister to this man. And upon graduation, this guy was amazed to notice that this girl and his sister they were comfortably playing with another guy, like the boyfriend of the girl in question. So when he tried to interrupt them and ask, why are you free with this guy? Who is he to you and all that? So he introduced the guy as his boyfriend. The guy was like, I have sent you to school for all this time. What were you taking me for? So the girl opened up and told him that he's not told her anything about any intention as such. So she just understood that he was doing that out of goodwill. Very soon they will say girls are bad. But this girl was not even...
I don't want to sound like the devil, but the truth is, did this guy actually make known his intentions?
He did
to
not.
this girl?
Solange.
So, no,
Quel bon
Anne-Marie,
samaritain va se
hold
lever au
on.
matin.
Hold on.
Son âme,
Hold
calmement.
on.
Te
What
payer
am
tes
I
études.
saying? I have always
S'occuper
told
de
our
toi.
gentlemen our gentlemen out there that the best way to show a woman or to let a woman know that you're interested in her is not by giving her things. Let her know. Tell her if you cannot face her, leave her a message, write her a letter, do something, let her
So
be
you
on the
think that
know.
his sister knew what
No,
was happening?
I'll not
behind?
assume.
I was seeing the girl as a sister.
I'll not assume that no, this man is doing this thing.
Why
because-
will I
Because-
assume? Am I in his brain?
Okay, Anne-Marie, let me ask you this. Let me assume this guy likes me. Has he bothered about knowing what I think? Do I
about
like him in return? Or if he had
Mais
asked,
peut-être qu'il s'est
hold
dit
on,
en faisant des
sweetie.
gentillesses, tu
hold
pourrais
on,
cacher ta
hold
vie.
on, have you thought of the
gentillesse,
fact
comment
that
si j'ai accepté?
if he had even gathered the courage to ask, would I have accepted his proposal?
Non, mais si tu n'allais pas accepter, peut-être à force qu'il soit gentil avec toi, peut-être ça peut te toucher, tu te dis, oh.
So you will love somebody
is that what
because
you
of-
want? No, is that what you want for yourself? A guy that will not be courageous
We are
enough?
not talking about
Anne-Marie,
So you see, you can't even do it.
Anne-Marie, we started earlier by saying that one of the reasons for divorce is wrong foundation.
Yeah.
Now, supposing you're the girl, somebody just gets up in the morning and is paying your school fees and you're like, oh, this man is so
Yes,
kind.
because
Let me
he's
just
kind,
love
let me
him and
just love
marry
him.
And then
And
you
the day-
discover he has a girlfriend or wife.
Forget the girlfriend. What am I doing with the girlfriend? The girlfriend
just
plays
assume
role, I
you're
play
in a
my own role,
relationship
right?
with him.
The point is now, the gentillest man you were seeing him paying your school fees and your whatever, the moment you get inside, you realize that he is not exactly, maybe he has that gentil part, but he still has this other side that you did not take time to discover.
You only knew about
And
his
it's
kind.
that point that you don't like. You say no, better
want out.
I go me. Right? Is that what you want?
These are men.
that's not what
I think
I
that
just
they,
think I
they
don't
are
think
supposed to be
courageous
bold
enough
enough,
to let us know
to
what
walk
they
up.
think.
Many of us, sometimes I've had people who've helped me, but they are my friends, they are my brothers from other mothers. It's okay for you to help, to give a helping hand to somebody.
Exactly.
So probably this girl was just saying it, considering the families were close. They were close. The two girls were seeing themselves as sisters, and the sister of this guy knew the boyfriend of this other person they were helping. But since his brother, her brother had not made any intention open, as in, so she did not even bother to open it up and say, no, this girl has her boyfriend. No. So they were just continuing like sisters from close families. So
No,
guy,
as much as we want to say that now, this guy was stupid, we equally have to understand that there are timid guys out there. Now, I'm saying this not because I can actually accept to just be dumped a guy like that. But I think that timid guys out there that they are not courageous enough to do certain things, they will just want to show you. And if you want to be honest with yourself, just turn it down. Or if you can't turn it down, at least be bold enough to tell them that I hope that these things you're giving me, you're expecting nothing in return.
This girl loved what she was receiving.
Yes, because if he continues doing it after you've told him that, then that's his choice. That's his choice. So let's not just say that the guy was stupid, but that timid people and they are part of society.
The point is, if you don't have any particular relationship with a man, and the moment you start making gifts, please find out the motive.
Yes.
Yes. Find out the motive. Don't just be swallowing. You just take and swallow.
Non, mais si c'est moi, tant que tu n'as rien dit, moi, I just take and... What?
It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know what they will do right now, but I think that this guy is a gentle person. He should just continue with his good way and just continue this as one of his kind gestures and his kind
now that he has opened up to say these gifts were not for free, I wanted something in return. It's now left for this girl to decide. Do I want this nice guy that will just give me things without saying anything? I love my boyfriend that I'm with. If she doesn't love this guy, then it's time she stops collecting things from him.
Find out if she has a boyfriend. Did she notify her boyfriend that some other guy was paying the school fees?
Boyfriend knew.
Because he met them together.
It means she loves her boyfriend now.
Okay, so
that guy just have to understand.
Well, wasted investment. All right, young man stamps the family residence of his longtime girlfriend and baby mama, who is apparently married to another person, and he's requesting that they give him his girlfriend and his baby, that he only traveled abroad and made 5 years without communication because he wanted to look for money for them. So how come? Why would the family give her off for marriage and then she went with his baby?
Il ne devrait pas. Je pense que cette fille ne le mérite pas, vraiment. Quand vous êtes en couple, je pense que quand vous allez à l'étranger, avant que ton homme n'aille à l'étranger, vous entendez sur un certain nombre de points. Vous vous dites, ok, je vais aller pour tel nombre d'années. Même s'il ne respecte pas forcément le délai, vous êtes en communication. S'il revient que tu t'es marié, ce que tu n'as pas été digne de votre arrangement au départ. Et je pense qu'il devrait...
The guy was not communicating.
Non, mais dans ce cas, elle a totalement le droit de se marier.
Yeah, she has to move on.
Another thing I want us to look at is not just the communication issue. You can't engage a woman and then you travel out for the rest of your life. 5 years is not 5 days. And you think communication is enough. That woman is human. She's got emotions. If she feels like moving on, let her move on. No, let's be realistic. Don't give me that look. That's the truth. That's the truth. Most people will pretend that it's all glory because the guy is probably sending you some change. But you have emotional needs. Who is taking care of them?
Quel emotional needs?
They are taking care of some phones.
That's fornication.
What is it, Claudine?
My throat is somehow scratchy. Anyway, I beg, don't give me that look.
To you?
Oga, I want to ask one question. Don't vex, I beg. 5 years.
He was not doing anything with any woman.
No communication.
Na fish.
Where?
Because even fish for water need oxygen, need water. For some gizzard, they open the lock. If you quoi?
I feed. You peux.
Anyway,
not by force.
If the guy was not communicating, and the girl, rainy season they happen, dry season they happen when Hamatan they go on, you know, and the flesh needs to be taken care of. Please don't Claudine me yet. The flesh have some needs, just as the heart too needs to be casual. So please, Oga, just understand.
I think that the most thing the guy can do in this place is probably talk with this lady so he can have access to his child from time to time.
That is all.
Good. Yeah. You said talk and have access, but not take, because he was not responsible for that child's upbringing.
Can't leave it because so just like that.
Yes.
And just,
wait,
so that's
5 years you stay there
and you claim no communication. You claim you're looking for money. We know you, not them.
And he also believed that the girls in Jekuje was just there waiting for him.
Solange.
Cousin, are you done?
I am done, no.
Thank you very much. Now these girls are getting angry and nasty at the same time. But what choice do we have than to say it the way it is? That's the realness of In the House. Having said that, let's take a break from all this and go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be getting to look into the topic a little more.
La musique comme jamais sur votre télévision. My Music TV. Votre chaîne musicale du groupe DT Media. C'est une sélection de qualité des musiques du Cameroun et de l'Afrique. Interviews, shout-outs, émissions télé. My Music TV. C'est la couverture et la production de vos concerts musicaux en direct sur nos antennes et enregistrés. My Music TV est sur le satellite ABS3 et vu dans plus de 54 pays et sur les réseaux sociaux. My Music TV. Feel the rhythm.
Being one of more than 200 majors of HipMat, I am proud of my success. It all began at HipMat.
I am a CEO. I coach and lead a team of salespeople. I don't hesitate to tell them the vision was planted and molded by HipMat.
Today, I stand on a pedestal of experienced and committed lecturers. The foundation was laid by HipMat.
For over a decade, HipMat's credibility and ministerial recognition have trained more than 15,000 professionals in business management and engineering from H&D to BTech, MBA and what have you. With an outstanding partnership with the University of Bamenda for BTech and MBA programs, our undoubted commitment to your show's success is a reflection of the future you painted. The Higher Institute of Business Management and Technology, HipMat, a university for professionals.
De l'inédit au Cameroun, le tout premier collège canadien ouvre ses portes dès septembre 2019. Performance Education Center, en partenariat avec les grandes écoles canadiennes, offre aux élèves du second cycle un cadre prestigieux, calme et propice pour des études avec des enseignants chevronnés canadiens et camerounais. À Performance Education Center, obtenez le baccalauréat canadien, vous ouvrant automatiquement les portes des plus grandes universités canadiennes et du monde via les bourses d'études garanties. Performance Education Center propose également des programmes de formation bilingue de 2 ans permettant d'obtenir un permis de travail au Canada après obtention d'une attestation d'études collégiales du Québec équivalent du BTS sous l'assistance de Performance Immigration Canada. Performance Education Center est situé à Locbessou, derrière Antenne CRTV, 10e avenue. Performance Education Center, visa vers le Canada et le monde.
Welcome back. I'm certain you've enjoyed the program so far. But now it's just like few minutes to midday, and midday is time for our prime infos, and Pedro has got other engagements to attend to. So can you leave us with some last words before we have Madam Wami join us in the house?
All right. So some decisions come as a result of our anger.
All right.
So if in the long run you discover that you were wrong, probably you want to give love a second chance, there is no problem with that. Whether the divorce is voluntary or involuntary, you can still make it up. Even if you separate for like 30 years in your old age, you think that you find solace with your one-time partner, it is still very okay for you to go back to that partner. Thing is, when you go back to that partner, you have to learn to say sorry. Apologize genuinely, pick up from there, wipe out the negative things of the past, and then pick up with positivity. Try as much as possible to avoid those things that led to your breakup, because that is what will eventually lead to another one if you don't curb it out. So it does not really matter. They can, they should. Couples who are separated are not bound to be separated forever. Everybody is liable to make mistakes. So if you've made a mistake and then you went separate ways, you discovered in the long run that, oh, I am not continuing the right way, you decide to come back, it is still very fun.
Just a quick one, Peldrin. When we talk of divorce and over the years, you probably had moved on with your life and met a number of men or women on the other side. Meanwhile, in a situation where you have children, those children have accepted to live either without mommy or without daddy, as well as relatives, say in-laws, have had their slangs to throw at you. Now, reconciliation is between you and your partner. How do you manage these other parties that make up a family?
It is your family we're talking about here. The relatives, the aunties, the uncles have their own family. So you should be bent, you should focus on your family, your husband, your kids, yourself. You're trying to create your own family. When you die, they will not say, Nadi, auntie, it this, it this, it this. No, the immediate name that comes is your husband, you, and your kids. We should stop paying attention to things that don't matter in families. When you are
let's
creating
talk
your own
of
family,
kids, right?
it's your own.
Let's talk of kids. In most cases, the mother goes with the children. And growing up, these children develop a certain level of hate, probably say for their father, in a situation where their mother opens up to them and say, hey, this is what happened. I have seen cases that the children do not want to have anything to do with their father, probably because of what happened. Now you've reconciled with your husband. How do you reconcile your husband and the children?
You contributed to make those kids build those kind of ideas about their partner or their mother. You can as well contribute to make those kids delete those ideas from their head. It's all a consensual act. Talk to them. Tell them that if I could forgive your father, then you can as well forgive your father. He's not hurt you any lesser than he has hurt me. We are in this hurt together, but I have decided to throw this pain. Let us throw this pain. You brought them into the hate. Take them out of the hate. That's simple.
Ooh, this lady, closing, I think we'll get back to you later since you're still in the house. Pedrin spoke so much like a grandma today. Thank you very much for letting us have that insight of our topic of today. Having said that, up next is Prime Infos.
The network of human rights defenders in Central Africa, REDAC, has rubbished the recent decision by the military court in Yaoundé sentencing Anglophone nationalist leader Sisiko Ayuk Tabe and 9 of his cabinet members to life imprisonment. To the executive director, Madame Maximilien Gombe, the military court has got no competence to try civilians like Ayuk Tabe and co.
En français facile, il est décrété la fin de leur vie. De manière irrévocable, le REDAC s'insurge et condamne sans vergogne ce simulacre de procès. C'est tout simplement inacceptable une telle plaisanterie judiciaire inique et cynique sans précédent dans un État dit de droit.
REDAC also believes the timing of the decision is wrong, especially now that the 2019-2020 school year is about to start.
Ce qui surprend et exaspère le plus dans ce show judiciaire de très mauvais goût, c'est qu'il survient dans un contexte pourtant marqué par une campagne de retour à l'école dans cette partie en crise baptisée Back to School, initiée, faut-il le rappeler, par les sœurs Ayuk Sisiko, Tabe et Mancho Bibixi.
The human rights organization strongly believes a ceasefire and release of all Anglophone detainees is the best thing that can happen to the nation of Cameroon at this time.
We have said that the government has a very important role to play. If there is no peace, there will be no going to school. That is to say, if guns do not stop being fired, there will be no going to school. This is a conviction I hold very strongly. Peace is capital for going back to school. When I say arms should be laid down, what can this arm say there? I do not mean that the army should abandon arms. The word army comes from arms. We cannot imagine an army without arms. But they should keep arms, waiting for the use, for the time when the arms will be used for defending us. And these boys in the forest should also stop firing to anybody, firing at anybody. So we cannot imagine an army without arms, or we can imagine armed boys without arms. So that we should insist in season and out of season the laying down of arms by everybody.
You have to qualify the events. Either you are at war or not. We can say that this is ambiguous because we don't even have a state of emergency. We don't have a state of war. We don't have a state of emergency. But we see guns, you see deaths. You cannot. And if we reconsider Ayutthaya and his mates, you cannot deny that they are led by their convictions in a new social order.
Peace and tranquility has been restored in Manfi in the Manu Division, southwest region of Cameroon. Inhabitants have expressed relief following the return to normalcy of their daily activities after the devastating 3 years plus Anglophone crisis. The business community have commenced with their businesses and are calling on all sons and daughters who had previously fled from the region due to the crisis to return home and continue from where they stopped.
Last 2 years, many people, they were much killing everywhere, shooting, but nowadays we can see that things have changed because, everything now is going smoothly. Everybody now is coming back. Places now are calm. Everywhere now is nice.
One of the inhabitants appreciated the military for their constant effort in protecting its civilians and for maintaining peace and order in Manfi town.
Military, they guide me. Then our mayor, they don't make the way we need to fear the first time because they talk say we must open our store from like Monday. We must open, and when we open, they send people, they guide me. Military, they enter, they come out, they go round and round, so we not get no fear. Then people too, they become market. No, for Senna, it be different from that time. That time will not be just pass.
Another individual noted that the fear which once existed in the hearts of many due to insecurity no longer exists. He encouraged all those living in fear for the unknown to erase such feelings and thoughts as everything is now in order.
We thank God. We thank in short, we thank the people that they take care for you, like with mayor, everything that they struggle for calm down. We're very happy with them. Changes, they would sleep, especially my own son where they had sleep now. I wake up, I'm happy. Changes too much, so they say they laugh. We'll never hear why again.
With a calm and serene atmosphere, it is important to note that markets and shops have become functional, transport vehicles have become more active than ever, and persons could, after a very long time, be seen living together happily.
The Association of People Born and Bred at Buya Road Kumba, known as Buya Road Pikindem, has extended a hand of fellowship to the Buya Road community and has challenged them to stay together in love and unity wherever they find themselves around the globe. The call was made at Alaska Street, Buea Road, Kumba on Tuesday, August 20, 2019 by the Vice President of the association during the launch of a football encounter intended to bring the Buea Road population together as they prepared towards the end of 2019. Mr. Eswa Julius declared that the association's objectives are geared towards oneness, which is the main pillar of development and best practices.
Mr. Eswa Julius Fosong, I'm the Vice President of the Buea Road Kingdom, as we call ourselves, BRPT. That is an association of Aboriginal children born and bred up in Buea Road. The idea was to bring up a tournament that is going to encompass all from Park to Bisek, we call Buea Road, from Bisek Junction to Buea Road Park, we consider Buea Road. So we decided to come out with this match of 6 teams in order to galvanize children around just to occupy people during the holidays. And it was just that's the idea of the Buea Road Kingdom. It's long time people have never been able to come together like this. So when we came back, we said, well, we should bring them together. And don't forget, we are composed of people all over the world. It's not like in Jangia or up here. We have our president is from Mickey, he's in the USA. We have people, members in Britain and France, in South Africa, in Canada. We have members from everywhere. So the idea is to bring the Buea Road Kingdom together. I hope you understand that awareness. So in the country now, we understand the social tensions are going to which we live now, but we hope that with time, efforts like this can bring people together to put away the stress once in a while.
He also stated that the association is powered by Buea Road elites living in the diaspora. However, the launching of activities to live together has been an already realized dream, spearheaded by His Royal Highness Chief J.N. Fominki, who is the current president of the association. Among some of the activities of the association is to encourage growth, education and socio-economic platforms aimed at encouraging entrepreneurship in Buea Road, Kumba. The football tournament has been chosen as a means to rally the entire population to come together under one umbrella, since it remains a unifying activity, but will also be extended to other sports disciplines and socio-cultural responsibilities.
We are going to have trophies. The first prize is 200,000 francs, the second prize 100, third prize 50, and also conservation prizes. We're supposed to have table tennis tournaments, sack race, and tug of war.
Mr. Nosta Stephen is the PRO and the social coordinator of the association.
Thank everybody first of all for coming here. We are doing this because we want people to come together as one. And as you know, Buea Road is one of the most prestigious, let's style it, quartier in Kumba. So we are doing all our possible best to make sure that people always come together and we come up in a social way. We have some innovative ideas in order to bring up the society in a more stronger way.
The launching ended with refreshment, and the entire population of Buea Road, Kumba called to act as one in times of suffering and in times of happiness, while others have also been encouraged to join the moving train.
Headed on by Nguene, and shoot here. And shoot, good turn away from Percival, another great turn, and shoot, has put...
This is the magical strike against New Zealand at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup that has seen Njoot Njoya Ajaram nominated for the 2018-2019 Pushkash Award. Ajara's second of 2 goals against New Zealand is one of the 10 goals shortlisted by the FIFA technical team for the best goal of the just ended France Women's World Cup. Ajara's goals finished second behind Brazilian Cristiana at the said World Cup. The Cameroonian sensational is contesting for the Pushkash Award alongside some of the world's greatest like Lionel Messi and 8 others. 26-year-old Njoot Njoya Ajaram is widely considered as the most performant African player at the last Women's World Cup, with her goal that sent Cameroon into the last 16 classified as the greatest World Cup goal of all time. The Pushkash Award, named after legendary Hungarian striker Ferenc Puskás, is a recognition for great goals scored in club and international matches annually. Ajara's fans around the world are thus called upon to vote for their champion by visiting FIFA.com.
Yes, Claudine, you can relax because you're in the house. And we hope you've been enjoying yourself right from the start of the program. Trust me, you've missed a whole lot, especially with so much sense that Peldrin was pouring here. But what other choice did she have than to attend to other matters? Now, we set after the prime infos, Madame Wami will be joining us in the house. And yes, she is here. Good afternoon, sweetie.
Bonjour. Non, bon après-midi Solange. Comment tu vas?
Ça va et toi?
Ça va super bien. Coucou.
Ton super bien là ne me convainc
Super
pas. Pardon, oublie les caméras là. Ton super bien là. Moi ça me convainc pas. Madame Wami.
Bon, c'est pas parce que peut-être.
Madame Wami.
C'est pas parce que je sens mon corps d'une certaine façon que je vais ça va pas.
Alléluia.
Yeah.
Alléluia.
Amen.
Alléluia.
Amen.
Is it a church here?
Amen.
Meeting?
Amen.
It's
This is the
in the
house.
house.
Everything is possible.
Thank you.
Bonjour Marie. Bonjour. Comment tu vas?
Emily, can you put on a bold smile?
Emily's body is doing her double.
Bonjour à tous nos chers
thinking.
téléspectateurs, c'est un
Yeah,
plaisir
that's a smile.
pour nous d'être ici aujourd'hui. Je m'en fous de ce que les filles là font. Je suis déjà habituée. Je suis concentrée sur vous. Ne bougez pas.
Hey, Claudine, let me just say this.
Okay, say mommy.
Even though Madam Wami is already teasing us, the only reason she smiled to that camera is because she knows Mr. Wami is watching.
Hey! And the guy is doing a marvelous job. Mr. Wami, take him 5.
All right, thank you so much for staying tuned to My Media Prime and onto the program in the house. That was Madam Wami just joining us. But let's quickly begin with you, sweetie. Have you ever experienced a divorce situation? Yeah.
Like
In an environment where somebody's divorced or knows somebody that gets into divorce and stuff like that?
Non, pas directement. Pas vraiment directement. Je n'ai vraiment
Have you heard of it?
Oui, bien sûr.
So what are some of the causes to why people divorce?
J'ai des connaissances qui ont des parents qui ont divorcé, même si ce n'étaient pas des personnes très proches de moi et tout. Et bon, les raisons étaient fortement diverses. Pour d'autres encore, bon, il y a une autre raison qui m'a vraiment étonnée parce que la raison c'était la femme était quelqu'un qui était attachée tellement aux choses religieuses, c'est-à-dire une femme qui aimait beaucoup le Seigneur et qui allait constamment à l'église. Et à un moment donné, ça a commencé à gêner son mari. Non, il est inadmissible qu'on soit ensemble ici, là. Et toi, tu commences à vouloir aimer Dieu. Donc, dans son esprit, c'était que sa femme aime plus Dieu, aime plus la maison de Dieu, aime plus les chrétiens, plus que la maison, son foyer et son mari. Donc, du coup, à un moment donné, il s'est lassé et il a dit vraiment, je ne peux plus continuer comme ça. Autant mieux que chacun prenne sa route. Wow. Et ça en est arrivé là. Donc, pour lui, c'était que non, la femme, même si tu es... Bon, et je suis d'accord, je suis tout à fait d'accord avec ça, parce que même si tu aimes le Seigneur, tu as les activités à l'église, ton foyer, c'est ton foyer, tu dois prendre soin de ton foyer, tu dois prendre soin de ton mari. Peut-être, quelque part, elle a un peu échoué dans ce sens-là, et le mari a été incapable de supporter la situation, et il a dit ses parents, avec les grands-enfants, hein, très grands-enfants, ça n'a pas été facile. C'était vraiment un grand choc.
Anyway, in a situation as such, right, what do you think would be the woman or the man's response if a partner comes years after to say, I'm sorry, I want us to get back together? Do you think one of them will accept?
Je pense que c'est possible d'accepter, même si j'avoue que l'environnement va beaucoup influencer. Parce que lorsque le divorce est prononcé, ça implique que les familles se sont séparées également. Parce que ici, quand on se marie automatiquement, il y a deux familles qui viennent ensemble et ça implique beaucoup de choses. Donc, si il faut maintenant qu'après avoir signé le divorce, que les deux veulent se remettre encore ensemble pour un autre mariage, je pense que pour les deux, ça peut même facilement passer. Mais pour les familles qui sont impliquées, je crois que ce serait un peu difficile. Par exemple, pour le père de la fille qui va dire, ou de la femme qui va dire, mais cet homme a dit ici qu'il veut le divorce, il est parti, pourquoi est-ce qu'il revient encore vraiment? Nous, on n'est plus d'accord. Donc, il est fort probable que les familles refusent de s'impliquer. Parce qu'ils vont se dire, non, cette affaire, nous, on n'est plus là. On vous a accompagné la première fois. Vous avez dit que non, vous n'êtes plus là. On vous a dit, ok, il n'y a pas de souci. Maintenant, vous revenez encore vraiment, ce sera sans nous. Donc, il est fort probable que même si les deux acceptent de se mettre ensemble, ça peut marcher. Mais vraiment, ça risque de les concerner que deux. Parce que même les enfants risquent de se désengager. Vraiment, nous, on n'est plus sûr de vous accompagner parce qu'on ne sait pas ce que vous voulez à la fin. Et les familles également risquent de ne pas être, n'est-ce pas, de tout cœur avec vous.
Thank you very much. That just brings me back to what I was talking with Peldrin here earlier on. Coming back to you, Chloe, remember what I asked Peldrin about relatives, people that make a family. And we made an example of the extended family, in-laws and so. And she was of the opinion that it falls back to the couple, the husband and the wife. What do you people want? But to an extent, I don't think it's limited to them, because hurts have certainly passed during this separation, either from mother-in-law to daughter-in-law or daughter-in-law to the opposite mother-in-law and stuff like that. But my case study is, because this particular case I witnessed, the issue of children that you're talking of, there are some children who grow up to hear that this is what actually happened, and for life they do not want to have anything to do with their father or mother, because they will tell you that if we could live without you for this number of years, then we can still do without you. So do you think it's absolutely correct that Peldrin says is between the couple?
Yeah, it's, for me, it's because initially when you guys were getting married, it was just the two of you. Your families were just there to give you their blessings, to give you guys their blessings. And if you decide that it's not, you realize it wasn't working, and you want to take some break, because divorce is a form of break, right? A break that can come back, or it can break forever. So if you decide that you want to divorce, it means you're taking that break. You want to go at each, and you finally realize, okay, we want to come back to it, it's up to you. But then it's also, if in the case where children are involved, when Pedro was talking, I wanted to say something. It's very dangerous, please. That's why we are always advised that whenever we are married, if we are married or you're in a relationship, avoid third parties, avoid implicating directly third parties, like disclosing the core of your issues to third parties, because most often the two of you can decide to make up, but third parties still keep that grudge, keep that hurt, because somehow they feel like, okay, they were implicated and now you people are making up. What becomes of them? You know, what becomes of them? How will this person that maybe I did not support look at me today? Will he be looking at me like the person that caused their divorce, or be looking at, you know? So please, it's always advisable that you try to sort out your issues with your partner a week low, as the Frenchman would say it.
Unless the situation of children.
Yeah. Now, the situation of children, if you have a problem, the advice I would give, because this thing, most often we women, we are the captain of these things. When you are married, you finish with your man, you feel like your paternity should also end there. Please avoid it. It's bad. It's not because you hate or you have a problem with one person that you want another person to obviously have the same problem. Stop implicating children. Stop tarnishing the image, because most often you see a mother or a father will be like, in a case where, for example, the mother went with the children, oh, your father did this to me, your father is very wicked, your father. The children, yes, the children might, when they grow of age, they might want to know what happened between your dad and them, their dad and you. It's your place to maybe tell them what happened, but don't go that deep, or don't go to the extent of creating this hatred inside of them. As much as you be trying to blame their father for what he did, also bear in mind that you also have to tell them that though your father did this, I think somehow I have my own responsibility, because most often we refuse to take responsibility of our acts. Most often we want to put it on the one side.
Let me chip in this. I don't think children jump at these things at a very tender age. They jump at these things when they've started reasoning, when they start having a sense, when they start having a mind of their own, that they can interpret things their own way.
That's what I said.
They might hear the side of the story from both parents, and then they know what to make out of it.
Aujourd'hui, nos enfants sont très intelligents.
That's what I said.
That's what I said, that when children come of age, and if they want to know what happened, what transpired, be mindful of what you tell them, because what you tell them,
both parties, please.
Yes, both parties, both the man and the woman, be very mindful of what you tell them, because what you tell them, they will start nursing their own ideas. You will not be in their mind to guard them from thinking or from investigating or from nursing some certain feelings. What you tell them will impact them a lot. So please, it should not. For me, when it comes to if you want to reconcile with your spouse, and when it has your children are involved, it's just okay. John, Mary, please, your dad and I, or your mom and I, have realized that two of us have been separated for years, and each and every one of us has lived our lives separately. We've realized that what went wrong in our relationship was due to this, was due to that, and we have decided to make it up. I've now understood that your mom does not like this. I've not understood that your dad does not like this. And I think that because of the mistakes we have learned,
from our mistakes.
We can better work out this relationship. So it should be a dialogue between you, your children, and your
Thank you very much, Claudine. I must say it's still in line with what Peldrin said. At the end of the day, this hate, this separation is between the mother and the father. And they are the same people that dragged families into it. So if they can come together, and then they can equally bring family together, especially their children. Anne-Marie, you've been quiet for a while. I want to ask you this. Should divorced couples get back together after several years of separation?
Compliqué parce que je ne pense pas que le divorce soit, on se divorce sur un coup de tête, ou bien on décide un matin, non, toi là, pourquoi tu aimes trop porter les habits blancs comme ça, on doit divorcer. C'est une décision qu'on mûrit généralement. Je ne pense pas, tout comme on ne se marie pas du jour au lendemain, on ne divorce pas du jour au lendemain. Si on a décidé de divorcer, je pense que c'est qu'il y a une raison. On s'est rendu compte qu'on ne pouvait pas. Parce que dans chaque mariage, il y a des problèmes. Et à chaque fois, on essaye de trouver des solutions. Si vous en êtes arrivé au point du divorce, c'est que forcément, vous avez essayé toutes les solutions possibles, ça n'a pas marché. C'est pour ça que vous avez divorcé. Maintenant, s'il faille que demain, on se remette, après des années, vous essayez de vous remettre ensemble, je pense que je vais rejoindre Blanche en disant que il va falloir que les raisons aient été établies et qu'on se rende compte que oui, au-delà de ça, on pense qu'on peut vivre ensemble. Parce que, comme on disait, il faut être sûr qu'on a pardonné à l'autre. Pour une personne comme moi, je pardonne, mais je n'oublie pas. Je peux me rappeler de quelque chose qui s'est passé il y a 20 ans et je te mets ça au visage. Donc, si je ne suis pas sûre de pouvoir pardonner, parce que c'est ça qui va apporter de l'amertume. Si vous décidez de vous remettre ensemble, c'est pour un bonheur. Mais si vous remettez ensemble pour vivre dans l'amertume, dans une forme d'incompréhension, de tiraillement, je ne pense pas que ce mariage ait lieu. Et même, c'est vrai qu'il ne faut pas faire des fixations sur ce que la famille va dire, sur ce que les amis vont dire, mais sauf que ça compte. On se marie, c'est vrai, c'est toi et moi et nos enfants, nous formons une famille. Mais au-delà de cela, chez nous, nous avons la famille africaine. Donc, on ne peut pas mettre de côté le frère et la sœur parce que, en tenant compte du fait qu'il puisse avoir une maladie, puisse avoir une situation grave où on doit compter sur un membre de sa famille, il faut se dire que si on se remet ensemble, on peut quelque part avoir le soutien des autres. On ne dit pas d'avoir le soutien de tout le monde, mais quand même, essayer de faire comprendre aux gens les raisons pour lesquelles vous essayez de vous remettre ensemble. Essayez de les convaincre de ce que vous voulez vous remettre ensemble. Parce que le mariage n'est pas une affaire de deux personnes, je suis désolée. Vous dites oui, tous les deux, mais à côté, si c'était l'histoire de deux personnes, on n'allait pas demander les témoins. Il n'aurait même pas fallu le maire. Vous vous mariez, vous deux, mais s'il faut déjà le maire, il faut les témoins, il faut les inviter. C'est dire que ce n'est pas une affaire de deux personnes. Donc oui, après, quand vous décidez de vous remettre ensemble, parce que quand vous avez divorcé, vous avez mis ça aux yeux de tout le monde. Tout le monde sait que vous avez divorcé. Généralement, quand on divorce, moi je pars dans ma famille, je raconte comment tu étais mauvais. Lui, il va dans sa famille, il raconte comment... Et même quand il rencontre ma famille, il raconte comment on était mauvais. C'est comme ça qu'on se retrouve à faire des tiraillements. Et après, je me demande comment est-ce qu'on peut réussir à rejoindre ces deux... Rejoindre d'abord vous deux, essayer de changer les choses que vous avez. Exactement. Il va falloir... Je pense que c'est vraiment difficile, mais bon... On ne sait jamais, il n'y a jamais de règles. Il n'y a pas de règles sans exception, mais je pense que si un couple arrive à dire oui, on veut divorcer, c'est que c'est pour des raisons qu'ils ont mûri. Et je pense que si demain ils veulent se remettre ensemble, libre à eux. Mais c'est très traumatisant. Prenons le cas des enfants. Nous parlions des cas des enfants. Je suis victime d'un couple divorcé et je vais vous dire que ce n'est pas quelque chose de facile que d'être un enfant de... Même si vos parents ne vous disent rien, vous vivez ça sur vous. Claudine, tu disais tout à l'heure, je pense que c'est toi, oui, qui disait tout à l'heure qu'il faut à un certain âge qu'on se rende compte, car on peut déjà réfléchir par nous-mêmes. Mais croyez-moi, les enfants de 4 ans aujourd'hui voient tout et ils comprennent tout. Tu n'as même pas besoin de dire quelque chose. Quand un enfant, quand il y a une tension dans la maison, ça se ressent tout de suite sur l'enfant. Donc l'enfant seul peut déjà tirer ses propres conclusions. Donc le mariage, ce n'est pas une affaire d'une seule personne. Ça concerne beaucoup de personnes. Et quand vous décidez de prendre des décisions, je pense qu'il faut aussi penser aux autres personnes qui nous entourent.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie, especially for that clarification. Truth be told, children of nowadays, they see and understand things so much so that you feel that somebody whispered it to them. So we have to be careful in everything we do. And talking about divorce, I want to take a few messages. When we come back, we'll look at it from the angle of the law, because the law does not just divorce a couple in one day the way they would wed you to. So we'll be looking at that later on. This message says, good morning to you all. I think if the couple can recognize their mistakes or their misunderstandings and are ready to correct them, they can possibly agree to come back together. Thank you very much. This one say, I'm Nyandong from Limbe. Yes, nothing past arrangement, but they must first do medical checkups to be sure they are all healthy health-wise. Thank you very much. And this other one says, good morning, ladies. Well, I will say the couple should get back together, because some persons find it difficult to see someone else to fill that gap of love in the heart of the other. And again, because maybe it will be difficult to find someone who understands the man or woman. This is Madame Vekin from Douala, Kuwait. Thank you very much. And this last one says, good morning. Divorced couples can get back together, but it depends on the two partners. If a woman leaves her husband for a long time and commits evil and later thinks of her husband, if it's a man that does that and his wife can take him back, it's Derrickless. Thank you very much for all your contributions. And I just want to take this last one that comes from Madame Wami before we get a musical transition. It says, Solange, you're looking good. Please tell Madame Wami to translate the slot about making hands soft in English, please. Thank you very much. So can you quickly do that before we have a musical transition? Then when we come back, yesterday, when we come back, you give us lifestyle. What can we do to soften our hands?
Ok, quelqu'un anglophone pour traduire ça. J'ai dit qu'il fallait, n'est-ce pas, prendre du vinaigre, n'est-ce pas, avec de la poudre de sucre et associer et faire constamment comme des massages.
Et do a scrub.
Voilà, exactement. Donc c'est soit le sucre avec le vinaigre, soit alors du miel avec de la poudre de lait.
Okay.
Donc vous faites un mélange, voilà. Vous massez constamment. Vous faites ça matin et soir.
If I get it right, it's vinegar and powdered sugar. You use it like a scrub. Exactly. You scrub your hands. After that, you use honey and powder milk.
No, c'est deux astuces.
Okay, there are two different things.
Exactly.
Either powder and honey, either powder milk and honey, or sugar and vinegar.
Quand vous avez rincé vos mains, maintenant vous pouvez mettre une huile essentielle, peut-être l'huile d'olive ou alors l'huile d'amande douce. En fait, celle que vous avez, l'huile de coco, peut-être que ici chez nous c'est facile à trouver.
All right, so you've gotten it. After washing or after scrubbing your hands, be it with sugar and vinegar or honey and powder milk, you can always apply natural oils like olive oil, coconut oil, and I think those two.
Shea butter.
And shea butter. Thank you very much. Having said that, let's go have a musical piece to help digest our meals. For most of us are already on our tables. So I once told this guy that I'm playing your song, and he was like, please make sure you say I'm the best Cameroon artist. Be proud of who you are and trust and believe in your works, and someday you're certainly going to be like TZ Panchak. He says he's Cameroon's finest artist and he's singing for us now soon.
This one is for my army. El Chaco sing for you. Sing, sing, sing.
Yeah, it not gonna do you any harm if you pray for my success. Yeah. But rather, you pray make a chop less. I know the things I'm hard and I know
dropped everywhere on social media was Naso. And if there's anything I picked about the song in particular is the fact that TZ, Vivid, and Tina are of the opinion that this is how the world is. Most of us will not accept that this is how the world is, but we are actually living the world and yet living in denial. But that is the world for you. What do you want to do about it? And Madam Wami, who is not so much a secular person, could relate with that song and say, oh, I love this song.
Yep, that's true.
So I just want to call on all our artists to come together and do something that will not only be vibed to by society, but the people will be able to relate with and ask themselves questions. Am I being impacted by this song? All right, let's leave TZ, Panchag, and every other person and still wish you good appetite. But let's get back to the discussion. So, before we went for that musical transition, I was trying to ask this to my panelists. Now, it is common knowledge, or most people do not know it, but when you go to the courts or when you go back, yes, you get married at the council, but when it's time for divorce, you don't go and divorce at the council. It's a whole process. You get to the court and it's not like you just get there and they give you the divorce because you both have asked for it or you both have consented to it. It's a whole process. And when I ask questions, I realize that it's a whole process, not because they cannot sign the divorce and give to you, but they are tiring because they want to give people opportunities to continuously meet and probably see reasons why you should reconsider your marriage. Now, after going all through that process, you finally divorce and you want to get back together. All right, let's leave the court at that and look at tradition. You get married, go and pay your bride price and stuff like that. Now, if you decide to get out of that marriage, you don't just go and buy the things that the man brought for you, for your marriage and give him back, or you don't calculate the sum of money and give him back. It's equally a process. I remember my mom telling me that in order for you to divorce traditionally, it will take another man to take interest in you and wants to marry you. That is the person that is going to refund your bride price, meaning he is going to get married to you from your former husband.
Yeah.
That's a whole process. Now, it sounds crazy in my ears. I want to understand, why would you go through such a process, Madame Wami, and want to get back together?
Waouh, c'est vrai que moi, je ne sais pas, je ne conseillerais le divorce à personne, vraiment. J'ai entendu dire ici que c'est pas bibliquement incorrect, mais vraiment, selon la Bible, c'est pas correct du tout de divorcer. Avant, il était permis de divorcer aux gens. Moïse avait dit, vous pouvez divorcer à cause de la dureté de vos cœurs. Donc, sauf pour cause d'infidélité, vous pouvez répudier vos femmes. Mais aujourd'hui, après que Jésus soit venu, la loi est venue abolir ça. Enfin, je veux dire que la grâce a aboli ça. Et aujourd'hui, Dieu dit, Marie, soyez mari d'une seule femme. D'accord? Donc, et le divorce n'est pas autorisé pour les enfants de Dieu. Bon, il y a des personnes qui quand même s'aventurent à divorcer. Maintenant, si vous êtes dans cette situation-là où vous avez décidé de divorcer, j'avoue que vous avez, je vais dire que vous avez vraiment, vous avez beaucoup de courage. Je vous admire. Admirer dans le sens négatif, bien sûr. Parce que je ne vois pas comment quelqu'un va s'arranger à briser tout ce qui a été arrangé par le passé, séparer ça. Après, maintenant, Dieu dit que personne ne sait pas ce que Dieu a uni là. Quand vous êtes déjà uni là, que personne ne sait pas, mais vous vous dites à Dieu, non, on va séparer ça. Et puis, vous réfléchissez encore bien et vous vous dites, non, repartons encore, on va se remettre ensemble. Il faut que après le maire encore vienne encore se rassembler les gens, il faut que les familles viennent encore s'asseoir encore. Et quand on recommence à crier, je dis que vous avez vraiment le cœur. Si vous voulez faire la qualité là, vraiment, allez-y seul. Engagez-vous seul. Allez refaire votre choix. Allez même vivre loin, où les gens ne vont pas vous voir. Parce que vraiment, je ne sais pas, aux yeux des gens, c'est difficile à accepter. Même si ce sera une bonne chose, la réconciliation est toujours la meilleure chose qui soit. Mais après ce type de séparation-là, décider de revenir ensemble, je ne peux même pas imaginer ça.
Combien de vies on va impacter avec
ça donne simplement.
Anyway, we are certainly going to look at it from the positive side, because it's not all negative. It's quite difficult, but at the end of it, it's very positive because children look a whole lot up to it. Chloe, I'm going to ask you two questions in one, all right? I'll quickly want you to reconcile the situation of us going through thick and thin just to get divorced and then wanting to come back together. How long does it take for a couple to realize that, no, truly I need this person?
Well, that will all depend on the individuals involved. It will all depend on the parties. It all depends on their mindset. It all depends on their capacity to forgive and forget. It all depends on the degree at which or the level
the degree of
at
hurt.
which their relationship was, what they lived. You know, some of the time when we are hurt, we tend to forget about the good things we lived in our relationship, and we only remember the hurt. But then, if you can easily recall all the beautiful moments you guys spent together and everything, trust me, it will be very easy for you to forget about the hurt. But if you are that type of bitter person that hold on more to hurt than beauties of life, this thing can last for eternity. So it all depends on the individual and their capacity and the depth of their relationship, how deep they were, how committed they were together, the bond that existed between them. Because there are some, most often than not, you get into a relationship and you people bond, right? And somehow along the line, you know, that's just as the Bible says, in the world you always have challenges. You always have problems with as much as we come from different backgrounds, we are always bound to conflict, different views and everything, to argue. Now, when that moment comes and you guys decide to, okay, pull off, it all depends on the bond that existed. So for me, please, if I love you and I know the me that I know I love you, and we separated because of one reason or the other, see, you know what, take 1 week or 2 weeks, so I don't forget them, please.
Et je pense que tout le monde est susceptible de commettre des erreurs. Si je veux vraiment prendre ça dans le sens positif, il y a des personnes qui peuvent divorcer par erreur, peut-être à cause des mauvaises influences, peut-être à cause des mauvais conseils, peut-être à cause de l'influence familiale. Vous vous retrouvez en train de divorcer, peut-être sous une pression. Et c'est à la fin que vous réalisez, mais attends, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Peut-être encore pour ce cas-là, on peut dire vraiment, si c'est pas heureux, parce que tu n'as pas pris le temps de bien réfléchir, mûrir ça. Parce qu'il y a des personnes vraiment qui ne mûrissent pas.
Mais
je veux divorcer, point barre.
Tant au tribunal légal que traditionnel, on prend le temps de tirer, de traiter.
And secondly, at the level of the court, most often when you people come, you filing for a divorce, they will always want to look at the issue at hand. Now, if the issue at hand does not really, the magistrate looks at it and does not really feel like this problem warrants a divorce, maybe you can have influence, as you say, from peers, from families and all that. He will either direct you to a counselor, to a marriage counselor. That's why marriage counselors are there.
It takes a whole long
time. They will always direct you there. But then there are some people that no divorce is being granted that way.
All right, ladies. All right, thank you very much.
You, even there in Europe, even in the United States of America,
George, can you do me a favor and just take off the mic from Claudine so we can go for lifestyle? Many people are waiting to learn a thing or two.
Bon après-midi à tous et merci de rester fidèles, n'est-ce pas, sur ce programme de In the House. C'est votre télévision My Media Prime. Alors on va aller rapidement parce que le temps nous tient là. Donc aujourd'hui on va parler de comment faire pour conserver ses amis, les bonnes relations. Avant on a parlé simplement des relations, mais aujourd'hui on fait une fixation sur l'amitié, d'accord? Parce qu'il y a beaucoup de personnes qui gâchent, n'est-ce pas, leur relation d'amitié parce qu'ils ont manqué de savoir-faire, ils ont manqué, n'est-ce pas, de comment se comporter, de savoir comment est-ce qu'on doit gérer une relation dans l'amitié. La façon dont vous gérez une relation avec un frère ou bien avec un membre de la famille, ou bien avec un collègue n'est pas la même façon dont vous gérez la relation avec un ami véritable. Donc on parle de véritables amis. Il y a des personnes qui ont des véritables amis mais qui finissent par les perdre juste parce qu'ils ont manqué un peu de tact, ok? Donc aujourd'hui on vous donne quelques conseils pour savoir comment les garder pour que vous ayez une amitié durable. Donc la première chose que vous devez savoir, c'est que si vous avez un bon ami comme celui-là, première chose, vous devez avoir confiance en vous-même d'abord. Vous allez me dire, mais comment ça? Parce qu'il y a des personnes qui se disent, non, je ne suis pas à la hauteur de garder un tel ami. Parfois, vous avez un ami qui semble être trop bon pour vous et vous vous dites, vraiment, le type de personne, non, maman, bête, je l'évite un peu. Vous allez voir des personnes qui naturellement commencent à éviter leurs amis parce qu'ils se disent qu'ils ne sont pas à la hauteur de pouvoir, oui, garder cette relation et pouvoir l'entretenir. D'autres vont dire non, mon ami, c'est lui, il est trop gentil, moi je ne suis pas autant gentil que lui. Et je crains qu'à la fin, il se dit non, vraiment, je fais toujours ça pour toi, toi tu ne fais pas ça pour moi en retour. Si c'est un ami véritable qui te connaît, qui te comprend, crois-moi, il ne va pas te juger. Donc, apprends à avoir confiance en toi si tu es un ami et dis-toi que tu ne peux que donner ce que tu as, d'accord? Tu ne vas pas donner au-delà de ce que tu as. Même si ton ami te donne peut-être des milliards et que toi, tu n'es que capable de donner 100 francs. Le plus important, c'est le geste, c'est l'attention, c'est la façon dont tu le fais. Je pense que c'est ça. Donc, apprends à avoir confiance en toi dans la relation d'amitié que tu as. La prochaine chose, n'est-ce pas, que tu dois savoir, c'est... tu dois, n'est-ce pas, focaliser ton attention sur ce qui est positif en ce qui concerne ton ami. Il y a des personnes qui ont des amis, mais qui passent le temps à se focaliser sur les choses négatives que ces personnes font. On veut dire, non, j'ai un ami, je l'aime bien, mais il aime trop bavarder, il bavarde trop. Je l'aime bien, mais il aime trop déranger, il dérange trop. Je l'aime bien, mais... Et à la fin de la journée, petit à petit, l'amitié commence à se dégrader, ok? Ça commence à bam, 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 ça décroît. Et le niveau, n'est-ce pas, l'intimité de rapprochement commence à diminuer. Parce que chaque fois que cette personne est proche de toi, tu fais une fixation sur les choses négatives que cette personne fait, ce qui n'est pas bien. Donc, quand vous avez des amis, c'est vrai, aucune personne sur la terre n'est parfaite. Donc, si vous l'avez choisi comme ami, donc attendez voir ce qu'il y a un côté positif et également un côté négatif. Tout le monde est comme ça. Donc, ne faites pas une fixation sur le côté négatif comme si vous étiez parfait parce que vous aussi, vous avez un côté négatif. Donc, focalisez-vous sur les choses positives et aidez-le à améliorer ce qui est négatif. Comme ça, vous le gagnerez mieux. Autre chose, être sincère dans la relation d'amitié. Il y a une chose qui manque parfois dans les relations d'amitié, la sincérité. Il y a des personnes qui sont même hypocrites envers leurs amis. Ils se disent, non, c'est mon ami, mais vraiment, je n'ai pas envie de me baisser. Non, bête, je dis juste qu'elle est belle, même si vraiment sa jupe, je ne l'aime pas trop. Maria a l'habitude de me dire, non, je n'aime pas trop la couleur de tes cheveux ou bien la couleur de ton rouge. Non, ajoute un peu de poudre sur ton visage et tout. C'est ça, il faut pouvoir être sincère. Ça peut ne pas tout te faire plaisir, c'est qu'on va te dire ton ami, mais le fait, c'est qu'au moins tu sais que si c'est mauvais, elle va me dire que c'est mauvais. Si c'est bon, elle va me dire que c'est bon. Donc, si tu veux un avis vrai, tu iras avec ton ami parce que tu es sûr qu'elle sera sincère avec toi. Même si ce n'est pas forcément ce que tu veux entendre. Mais au moins, c'est sincère et c'est le plus important. Donc, et soyez sincères dans vos relations d'amitié. La sincérité solidifie vraiment une amitié. En fait, c'est le fondement solide d'une amitié. S'il n'y a pas de sincérité, alors il n'y a pas d'amitié en fait. Donc, autre chose que vous devez savoir, c'est faire preuve de bonne humeur. Il y a des personnes qui sont d'une humeur vraiment agaçante. Donc, des personnes qui arrivent là aujourd'hui, elles rient avec toi. Demain qu'elle arrive, elle a attaché le visage. Comment je vais faire avec mon ami ici? Mais il faut pouvoir dégager de la bonne humeur de temps en temps. C'est vrai qu'il y a des moments où parfois on traverse des situations qui nous amènent à avoir une humeur vraiment... Mais arriver à surmonter ça. Surtout quand vous êtes face à une amie qui est toujours prête à vous donner de l'amour. Faites l'effort de communiquer la bonne humeur au maximum. De sorte que cette personne ait toujours envie de venir près de vous et qu'elle se sente toujours en confiance lorsqu'elle est proche de vous. Parce que si vous avez par exemple une humeur qui n'est pas bonne, à un moment donné, elle ne sait pas quoi faire. Est-ce qu'il faut que je m'en aille? Est-ce qu'elle veut que je parte? Donc, vraiment, ne l'embarrassez pas par votre humeur. Donc, de temps en temps, faites l'effort. Faites l'effort de travailler ça. Si vous avez constamment une mauvaise humeur qui vient déborder, là, faites l'effort de... la voyez comme ça, hein, et de garder l'humeur positive. Donc, autre chose, ne pas être possessive. J'ai vu ça, hein, des personnes qui sont possessives en amitié. C'est-à-dire que si vous êtes leur ami et elle vous voit avec une autre, non, maintenant c'est elle. Non, maintenant tu me négliges, tu ne me gères plus. Tu me dis souvent que c'est ton ami, maintenant tu passes ton temps à marcher avec celle-là. Tu causes maintenant avec celle-là. Vraiment. Ça, c'est la... Non, c'est pas bien. C'est pas parce que c'est ton ami qu'elle ne peut plus causer avec d'autres personnes. C'est pas parce que c'est ton ami qu'elle ne peut pas aller vers une autre personne et puis causer avec cette personne et puis échanger avec cette personne. Il y a des personnes qui sont possessives. Ça veut dire que le simple fait qu'elle te voit causer un peu de façon intime avec quelqu'un d'autre, c'est que non, on a déjà pris sa place. C'est pas bon. Donc, sachez que vos amis ont aussi droit à avoir une autre vie. Il n'y a pas que vous dans leur vie, il y a plein d'autres personnes dans leur vie et avec qui elles doivent également avoir des relations. Donc ne vous attendez pas à ce que vous soyez les seules personnes vraiment dans la vie de ces personnes-là. Non, non, non. Vraiment, faites preuve, essayez un peu de desserrer, d'accord? Et pour laisser un peu d'espace à cette personne-là. Même si vous êtes dans sa vie, donnez-lui un peu d'espace pour qu'elle ait le temps, n'est-ce pas, d'avoir une relation avec d'autres personnes et qu'elle se sente libre et à l'aise de faire. Parce que si vous êtes possessif, et que vous avez comme ami une personne qui ne supporte pas ça, à la fin de la journée, elle va se dire, vraiment, je ne me sens pas à l'aise avec ta façon de trop vouloir t'attacher. Il y a les personnes qui n'aiment pas trop les gens qui s'attachent trop. On est amis, c'est vrai, mais laisse-moi un peu d'espace, d'accord? Donc faites l'effort d'apprendre à faire ça si vous êtes ce type de personne-là. Autre chose, faire attention à l'autre, ok? Il y a des personnes qui sont amies, mais qui sont tellement occupées par leurs choses que parfois, elles négligent l'autre. Et parfois, quand l'autre a vraiment besoin de vous, vous n'êtes pas là. Donc faites l'effort de faire attention à l'autre. C'est ici que je vais conclure. J'espère que vous avez retenu une ou deux choses. Solange m'a dit le temps. Alors, j'arrête.
Thank you very much. That was quite insightful, and I'll beg and plead with Madam Wami to bring that all over again so you get to learn a whole lot. Now, divorce comes with its many disadvantages, like it influences the children's way of thinking, or they will want to do same because their mommy and daddy did so. But our focus of doing this program is not to encourage the wrong, but rather to see the positive in everything we do. Chloe, we are up on time, but I think you can still manage to tell us the advantages of reconciliation.
Well, there are so many advantages. The first thing is that it permits you to now better understand and know the other person. You already know how to handle your differences. What caused the first separation will necessarily not be the same cost of another separation, if at all it has to happen. So it gives an open ground for the two parties to be frank to each other. They can better talk, you know, issues, sort out their issues without necessarily fighting, without necessarily looking at it on another side. They can better evaluate the level of their relationship and know where they want the relationship to lead them. The first attempt was a failure. Now, if they are coming back, are they coming for another failure? Obviously no. So they want to work it out. So working it out will obviously mean working together, being truthful, being frank to each other, and please keeping secret. That's the worst thing. Keeping secret out of the relationship, because the worst thing that can kill a relationship, it's secret.
Et je pense aussi que ça permet à un moment que le partenaire doit vous apprécier à votre juste valeur. Parce que si vous vous êtes séparés, c'était peut-être pour des raisons. Maintenant, quand vous revenez ensemble, pendant la séparation, forcément, on se rend compte de l'impact que cette personne, de la positivité, de tout ce qu'on pouvait avoir.
I mean, you've had time. That's the separation. You've had time to know.
Ça peut être vraiment un point très très positif de ce que après, s'il y avait des petits manques de respect, des manques d'attention, que ça revienne et que vraiment ce soit fort.
All right, that is quite insightful, I must say. Is that all you had to say? Because I just took the mic from you.
She made some of my ideas to just vanish.
She made some of your ideas.
Well, she said it. For as we said earlier, it gives groom. The time they separated, you've noticed a lot of things that went wrong with your own self, because sometimes it's easier for us to point finger at the other person. It has also given room for you to correct your own self, because the moment you start disciplining and correcting your own self, you consequently will always have to know how to handle the other person's negative side.
Thank you very much. I'll just take a few contributions and then we bid bye for the day. This one says, hello there, just a clarification. Jesus taught in Matthew 19:7 says, I tell you then that any man who divorces his wife for any cause other than her unfaithfulness commits adultery. If he marries some other woman, it means divorce is allowed if either of the partners cheat. So please, Claudine, do not say there is nowhere in the Bible that approves divorce. It's approved if the cause of unfaithfulness. I'm Julia from Mutengene. Julia, quite so true, but that was in the Old Testament. But here you're saying it's in Matthew, meaning it's still in the New Testament. Carrying on, this other one says, good morning. I have realized that women these days focus much on immediate benefit. The immediate benefit they get from a man, and they pass less attention to the consequential aspects of relationship. Many people today focus on the personality ethics, which is most at times manipulative, making a man look good for he might not be. Women should focus on the character ethics, which is primary, and not the personal ethics, which might be deceitful. It's Nelson from Boya. Thank you very much, Nelson. And this last one say, oh, why not? The should. A fall of a man is not the end. A fall of a man is not the end of his life. 5 things they must do before coming together. First, see that every one of them went wrong. To forgive each other before going to the talking table. 3, make up a comfortable table to talk. 4, make sure you accept your wrongs, even if you didn't make your children know about it. It should be present on ground when you are talking. If they are already adults, but if not, you guys should just come together and explain things to them. I love the program. Innocent from Bamenda. Thank you all for making it a success. We're kind of running. The topic was quite interesting, but we hope to bring it some other time again so we get to learn a whole lot from it. A big thank you to you all. A big thank you to Elvis who just joined the theme. A big thank you to Small Desmond, Big Desmond, George, and Tini who produced the program. Until we meet again tomorrow, same time for the last episode of the week. Remain blessed as we leave you in company of Burna Boy.